Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today's video is actually in celebration of my 2-year channelversary. Yay! But also we've got to talk about JOURNALWEEN because she's coming. She's on her way. But first we're going to celebrate. I cannot believe that it has been 2 years. If you are watching this video on the day that I hope you're watching this video, September 30th, then that means it's officially 2 years since I posted my first YouTube video. I remember last year saying that I was so proud of myself for sticking with stuff because I'm a quitter, and still to this day I would consider myself a quitter, and that's why I'm still so proud of myself for sticking with this channel. And also last year I think I said something about how I really started this channel with the thought that whoever needed to find this channel would find it, or whoever was meant to find this channel and me would find this channel and me. And I still feel like that. And also throughout time, of course, you watch some YouTubers more than others. Maybe you watch someone's videos every single time they post, and then now you just watch them every once in a while. Even that is still a form of a relationship to me. No matter how long you've been here, whether this is somehow the first video you've watched of mine or you've watched literally every single one of them, I'm just so thankful to have been a part of anyone's life, even if it was just for 15 to 20 minutes on one random day of the year and they never clicked on another video of mine ever again. That's still something. That's definitely a form of fate. So for those of you who are here and are here consistently every single week, that's an even bigger form of fate, I feel like. I'm just so happy that I can share the things that I like and little parts of my life with all of you, with other people who even like the same things as me or have similar tastes as me. That's just so fun. And there's just something so human in the connection of that, having a channel like this where I can reach out and there's someone's hand there, so to speak, reaching back. I feel like we're meeting in the middle, right? I'm glad that my YouTube channel can be the medium in between us, the bridge that links us. So I was thinking about what did I want to do for my 2-year channelversary? What did I want to do to celebrate? And similarly to last year, I was like, well, the day after my channelversary is technically day 1 of JOURNALWEEN, so why don't I do some JOURNALWEEN stuff again? And we will get to JOURNALWEEN. But first, I thought, what if I do a Q&A? I thought, what if I do something that literally no one asked for? And also, I really did not want to ask y'all questions because there is something so deeply awkward about that to me. I did it before and I felt so awkward about it, and I still do. So I was like, why don't I go find one of those old things that used to be on Tumblr, you know, the little leave a number and I'll answer that specific question. And so I found a mixture of them because even though I do make these videos somewhat regularly as possible, I just feel like you really don't get to know that much about me in such a short amount of time, 15-ish minutes, especially because I'm always trying to talk about my thoughts about things that I've read or watched. And to me, it's the most important to make sure that I get as many thoughts through as possible about whatever media it is. And that doesn't always leave enough time to just chat, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love to talk like this. And if I ever get my new iPad, if I ever have enough storage space, I actually have an idea for what I would like to do to make some longer videos that I'm sure would be kind of fun background noise for you to either journal to, or I don't know, do your chores to, fold some laundry to. But anyway, I feel like this one has some good ones, so maybe I'll do kind of rapid fire. This one says, get to know me better, heart. The first question says, relationship status. Ooh, juicy. I do not even consider myself single because I do not want to be in a romantic relationship or any sort of relationship, romantic or otherwise. I want to live like Joe March. I want to live in a manor atop a grassy hill. Chinese zodiac sign. I'm an ox, of course. I say of course. Maybe some people don't know how old I am. I'm an ox. Also, I have such a funny story about how I've even found that out. I have always loved zodiac stuff in general. When I was younger, someone got me a Barbie zodiac book, so I always loved knowing things about being a Pisces. And also, I used to be a Girl Scout. Shout out to any of my fellow Girl Scouts out there. And we used to have to do this kind of cultural exchange thing. And one of my fellow Girl Scouts, she is Chinese, and so everything was about her because her mom was our troop leader and she was adopted, so I guess that made it, even more special. So when we did our little taste of the world thing, one of the years our theme was China, and our troop leaders, white women mind you, they made us these little name tags that had our quote Chinese names on them, as well as our zodiacs, our Chinese zodiacs. And that's how I found out I was an ox. I literally still to this day cannot believe how incredibly just offensive that is for white women to be here's your Chinese name. things mean things. Like, you can't just, oh my gosh, there's no translating it. Like, things mean things. Mine is crazy. If I remember when I'm editing, I will take a picture, because yes, I still have it. I'll take a picture of it and show you what my Chinese name quote would be. Literally crazy. Places I'd like to visit. It's kind of hard to even like say where I'd like to visit, because there's so many real world circumstances that like would prevent me from visiting certain places. Like, for example, I would love to go to Hawaii one day, but also I know that like the people of Hawaii are like, stop coming here, and for good reason. I'm so critical of tourism in general that like it's kind of hard to even be like, oh, I'd love to go here, because I'm just like, this is a form of colonialism. Also, we're in a global ongoing pandemic. If the world was perfect and I did not have to think about these things, I would love to go to Hawaii. I would love to go to Japan, of course. Growing up, I always really wanted to go to France, which is why I was so serious about learning French. I'm not the kind of person who like wants to see the world or even cares about traveling. Like, I actually find it so weird when people are like, how do you know anything about the world without traveling? How can you begin to appreciate other cultures? And I'm like, if it takes you visiting a place to understand that the people there are also people, that is telling on yourself. And there's also such a wealth of knowledge nowadays, like the internet. Oh my god. Anyway, favorite scent. I love, like, in terms of just like smells that exist naturally in the world, I love the smell of rain, of course. Scent in terms of perfume, I only ever wear like Bath and Body Works body spray, so I know next to nothing about scents or even what scents I like. Anytime there's like amber in something, I know I'm gonna like it. Anytime there's musk in something, I know I'm gonna like it. From Bath and Body Works, I love A Million Wishes, I think it's called, and then Into the Night. Is it Into the Night or Into the Stars? Maybe there's also Into the Stars. I used to love Twilight Woods back in the day. I also used to love Victoria's Secret Love Spell. So if any of those scents have similar notes, if that means anything to you, then those are the scents that I like. The next question says weirdest phase. That's so funny. I wouldn't really say this was like, it's hard to say this was a phase, but like from the ages of maybe like 12 to 14, I loved Alice in Wonderland. Like the classic Disney movie and also the book Alice in Wonderland. But it's like, how do you go through an Alice in Wonderland phase? What does that mean even? I just like loved it. Even for Halloween one year, I went to like, it kind of reminded me of Mean Girls, where it's like everyone's dressed like in a hot costume and Katie shows up and she's dressed in like that ugly, like what is it, the Bride of Frankenstein with the teeth? Oh my gosh, that kind of reminded me of me one year, because I went dressed as the Mad Hatter, or maybe I was supposed to be the White Rabbit, I don't even know, but I had this gigantic top hat on. Oh my gosh. Most memorable birthday. I've had so many fun birthdays, not as an adult. Not at all as an adult, but like as a kid, I had a Chuck E. Cheese birthday. I had a Build-A-Bear birthday. That's honestly probably the most fun birthday I could have had. I had a roller skating birthday party, and like I cannot roller skate, and I continually like fell down. I was like, am I gonna break my wrist on my birthday? Also, it snowed that day, which was kind of crazy, but that wasn't my actual birthday. That was I'm talking about birthday parties, which were not always on my birthday. So in terms of my actual most memorable birthday was probably when I turned 21. I hit my head on the car when I was getting into it, and like low-key probably had a concussion, and then my mom took me to Waffle House and the car died in the parking lot. And then I had to spend all of my birthday money to get a little portable jump starter for it. So that's probably the most memorable birthday in a bad way. Concussed in a Walmart parking lot with a dead car. How fun. You would think turning 21, it'd be like, oh, she has like a fun, like, oh, she got turned. Like she has a fun story. No, I actually don't drink. This next one says nickname. I do not have a nickname. My mom calls me Ree or Riri, but no one else has ever called me a nickname, and I'm completely fine with that. Like, I feel like my name is fine on its own. What did you want to be growing up? Oh my gosh. I wanted to be 3 things exactly. Number 1, I wanted to be a spy. Number 2, I wanted to be a fashion designer. And number 3, I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to be a spy and a fashion designer from the time I was like very young up until maybe about 12, when I realized being a spy is not actually a viable career. It's because I loved Totally Spies so much. And I was like, I can do that. Like, I want to be them. And I realized I just simply had no talent to be a fashion designer. And like, yeah, very true. And then after that, I always wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write books. But I'm telling you, if I won the lottery, I'm opening a publishing company. I'm going to put BL in the hands of the people. Like, that would actually be a dream job. I would love to win the lottery and make the world a better place. Favorite quote. That is so random. I feel like I quote SpongeBob all the time though. One thing I say all the time to myself is, now that sounds like Robot Pirate Island. I literally don't ever say it out loud to anyone else, but I say it to myself all the time. Also, in like a similar vein, I always say, Mrs. Hudson leave Baker Street. I guess when something like crazy happens, those are my responses to it. Favorite holiday. Absolutely love Halloween and Valentine's Day. I feel like Halloween has to be more like of my favorite holiday, just because it feels like you get a whole entire month to celebrate it, and like lots of people love Halloween, whereas Valentine's Day is really just like the one day. I've always loved Valentine's Day. Like, I just love the vibes of it. I guess just like from school time of like all of your friends getting you little cards and little snacks. And when I was in middle school, I remember we had these like Valentine grams, and so it would just be like a little slip of paper that had a message, and it came with like a red cherry heart-shaped sucker. Oh my gosh. Oh, and then in high school, they had like these things you could do where it was like you could send someone like a singing Valentine's message, and it was like people from, I guess, the chorus class. I don't even know, but there were only a few different songs you could choose from, and one of them was Thinking About You by Frank Ocean. And I just remember one of my friends told me to like film her boyfriend receiving his message. We were in art class. Like, that was so funny. They just came in there and were like, and I've been thinking about you. And the last question on this one is, what inspires you? Honestly, seeing beautiful things inspires me. Like, whether it's someone else's like beautiful journal spread, or whether it's like someone's beautiful fan art that I've seen on Twitter, or whether it's like an animated show. Like, I just love looking at beautiful things. An old painting, a really pretty book cover, a photo of like some scenery somewhere that's beautiful. Just looking at beautiful things makes me want to make something beautiful as well. So that was the last question on this one. I also recorded a version of this video before, and I had some other questions that I had answered, so maybe I will put some of those in as well. Like, this one question says, how many siblings do you have? Like, that is already so complicated of a question, because it's like, I have an older sister, but also I kind of understand Mariah Carey's children in the sense that they are simply just related to anyone. I don't know if you're sitting here watching this, you might be my sister. Like, there's literally no telling. I honestly don't know any of my other siblings though, so that's why I don't consider them, like I don't count them as siblings, even though we are biologically related in the same way that my older sister and I are biologically related. I actually don't have any full siblings. Like, literally every sibling I have is just a half sibling. And also, I grew up without my sister. Like, my sister lived with her dad's side of the family, so I kind of grew up like an only child. And also my sister, am I gonna overshare on the internet? I guess so. My sister just like decided that she did not want to be a part of our family anymore, and that's her business. So kind of in general, I don't have any siblings. But also, even like if I feel like we had grown up in the same house together, she's 9 years older than me, so it's not like we would have been like friends, you know? I'm the baby of the family, and I grew up in a multi-generational home, so it was me and my mom and my grandparents. So I feel like that's kind of why I'm an old person at heart, because also my mom had me when she was almost 40 years old. So I just feel like I was raised by old people, and I absolutely loved it. It was nice to have people around the house always. Like, there was always someone there to pick me up from school, always someone there to go to like my extracurricular things, always someone there to see like award ceremonies at the end of school years. Like, anyway, I have an older sister, and then I also have like, I don't know, maybe 7 other siblings. Like, actually crazy. I honestly can't even think of myself in the context of like having that many siblings. Like, I can't think of myself in the context of being an older sister. That doesn't make any sense to me because I'm the baby of the family. I do wish I could have found more of like a reading focused Q&A. Maybe I'll do that some other time. Maybe like around the end of the year, I'll try to find like a really good reading Q&A. I had one more little Q&A thing saved, but I've already been talking for 22 minutes, so I'm gonna have to edit this down, of course. But maybe I'll save that last Q&A for some other time. I feel like it had some interesting questions on it too. Also, one question I saw on one of the other ones that I didn't answer said favorite emoji, and I just keep thinking about it because I need all of you to know I absolutely love the kiwi emoji. That's not the emoji I use the most often, but I just like absolutely love the design of the kiwi emoji. I really cannot explain it. But now that we have gotten to know each other so much better, I want to talk about JOURNALWEEN. Of course, yes, JOURNALWEEN is coming up. And as a thanks for supporting me and my channel for 2 years, I wanted to kind of like add on to the JOURNALWEEN deco kit that I released. Is that the word to use? Released last year. So the first thing I did was add some new backgrounds to the JOURNALWEEN kit. So I made some polka dot and some like thicker striped backgrounds for it, because I know the ones that I had before, there was like a star one, and I honestly don't even use that one that much myself. And then the other one is the striped one, which I loved, but in order to make it like line up, I think before I talked about it in another video that if you wanted to like stack 2 of them on top of each other, it's like one had to be flipped upside down. I was like, that's a bit complicated. So I just added a new striped one as well. And those are in like the same colors from last year. I didn't make one for every single color. Like, I know I didn't make a purple one, but I think most of the other colors are there. But the main update for the JOURNALWEEN kit is that I added some more like autumnal things, an autumnal color palette. I thought about just making a whole brand new deco kit, but then I was like, I really kind of just want to add some backgrounds. Like, that's the main thing. Just because, like, you know, all the Halloween stuff is a bit like pastel and fun and bright, but fall goes on so much longer than just the month of October. And I did also add a couple new stickers, nothing crazy, just a couple to go with the new fall autumnal things, and then just like a couple of little JOURNALWEEN ones. So I hope you're able to get some use out of these things for your own journal spreads. And JOURNALWEEN starts bright and early tomorrow morning or whatever time you want it to start. But I cannot believe when you're watching this that tomorrow will be October 1st. Whoa. As this video is ending, I wanted to say thank you so much again for all of your support over the years. I cannot believe it's years, plural, years. I am such a flaky YouTuber, even though it's never my intentions, but I really do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here and for always watching and for being so nice and for leaving such nice comments and for liking the videos and just generally being here. Seriously, just you watching the video means the world to me. I hope you have a wonderful start to your October, to your JOURNALWEEN season, and I'm so excited to get back with some JOURNALWEEN videos because I cannot wait for all the stuff that I'm going to consume, hopefully, in the month of October. So the link to this journal deco kit is in the description box, as it always is. I didn't create a new folder or anything. I just added things to the already existing one. Anything else I used in today's spreads will be in my Pinterest board, and the link to that is also in the description box, along with the links to all of my other social media accounts. Thank you so much for hanging out today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.